Hey, good Saturday afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing? Well, this isn't the train room, is it? No, but this is a train update. But I wanted to go over a couple of things with you real quick before we go across the hall here into the train room. My last video on the train layout, update number 2, I think it was. The question that I asked everybody, I had the big piece of pink foam board running right down the middle there. I want to thank everybody for all the great comments and suggestions and ideas that you all left. That was super. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that. A lot of great suggestions. And I'm going to show you what I decided to do with it, because I've got it roughed in, very rough, but it's roughed in. And then I'm going to show you, I started to lay some track, and all except for at the time of the last video, it was the swing up gate that I was going to put there right at the doorway. I've changed my mind, and it's now going to be a drop down. And again, from your suggestions that you left, which is something I hadn't thought ahead to, was swinging it, having it swing up. I was going to have to keep the scenery on it like ground level scenery, because if it went up against the wall, then it would be banging into the scenery and everything. And I hadn't thought of that yet. So for those of you that had suggested that to me, thank you very much. You saved me a lot of time and headaches. So I have decided to make it a drop down, and I'll just make sure that what scenery is on it is really attached really well. But it's going to be a drop down. My son was here day before yesterday, and we talked about it, and he's going to give me a hand installing it, because that board is just so big that it's going to take two of us to get it attached so that it's level and everything. One of us to kind of hold it, and the other one to actually put the screws in on the hinges and stuff like that. So it'd be a whole lot easier with two of us. So he's going to come over a week from today, next Saturday. He's going to come over, and we're going to get that installed. But we went ahead and we laid some track on the rest of it, except for that one corner. And we did a real quick test run with just the engines on the track, just to see if there was any problems, if the incline was too steep or anything. And everything seems to be running well. I'm going to insert, I took just with my phone, I took a real quick video of each one of the engines running around the track. So I'll insert those right here. You're going to notice some differences between that test run and what I'm going to show you here in just a second. But a couple of the big differences. Happy accidents. You gotta love happy accidents. When I was tearing down the old train layout, if you remember, I had that real thick 2-inch thick white styrofoam on the base of the layout, and I had glued that down. So when I was trying to take it off, of course it just kind of broke off in chunks, which kind of disappointed me because I was planning on reusing it, but I wasn't planning on reusing it the way I am. That was the happy accident. It turns out turning it up, instead of having it lay flat, turning it up, it made a great backdrop for the mountains. So you probably noticed that, and I'll point that out a little bit more once we get into the train room. And you're going to notice a difference in the track layout, because after I did that test run, I changed the track layout a little bit. So, and just in case anybody noticed, on the one test run with what I'm calling the mountain track, where it goes over that gap, that's where I plan on having the trestle bridge. I just didn't have it in at the time. But I don't know if you noticed, but I did have my hand underneath it just in case the engine went off, because there was nothing there supporting the track. So anyways, let's take a walk. I'm going to go across the hall here. Let's go see the train room. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so this is right as we're walking in the door here. And as you can see, I do not have the gate up yet. In fact, it's sitting right here, leaning up against the wall. But that's coming. That'll be next Saturday. I'll get that up. But I do have the track run going from here all the way around. We'll get to that here in a second. Now, the track is not necessarily going to stay like just a huge long straight run. I do plan on putting some little twists or turns in it to go over, maybe go around some buildings, go around little hills or something like that. So it's not going to be completely straight the way it is now. But this side of the layout is what I'm going to be doing as the, I guess you can call it the populated side. This is where all the buildings are going to be, houses, the town, roads, that kind of stuff is all going to be on this side of the layout. And then the other side of the layout is going to be more or less like the wilderness area. So this is what I decided to do for that scene break. And again, this comes from a lot of your suggestions, a combination of suggestions and everything. And again, this is just roughed in. In fact, they're just sitting here right now. They're not even glued together yet. But this is what I'm planning on doing for the scene break. And it's going to be obviously a mountain, but I still got a lot of shaping and carving to do and stuff like that. So one of the differences from the test run that you may have noticed was that the yard is no longer on this side. I've switched it over to the other side over here, mainly because of the fact that I wanted to keep this side all the populated area, I guess, for lack of a better term. And this side is going to be the wilderness type side. And I just thought that the yard would fit a little better on this side of the layout. Now, this side is going to be the summer side, all nice and green and all that kind of stuff. Whereas once you go past the mountain here, this is going to be the winter side with all the snow and ice and all that kind of good stuff. So I do have to order 3 more turnouts yet. The number 4 turnouts, so I can complete that. And then this is where the happy accident starts. As you can see, I'm using, these are just all chunks, and this is, I've not shaped anything. This is just the way they broke off of the other table when I was prying them up off of the table. Then, when I got to playing around with this, and I came up with the idea of moving the track. If you noted in that little test run clip that I showed you, the track was all the way back against, well, maybe an inch in front of the backdrop here. Well, what I decided to do is to move the track away from that and then use the strips of cardboard, done lattice basket weave like this, and then I'm going to cover them with the plaster cloth. I'll have the crunched up newspaper underneath it to support it from the bottom, and then put the plaster cloth over it, so it'll give it more depth. And right here where the trestle bridge is, this is where the waterfall is going to be. It's going to be right here, come down, and I got to order another bridge yet. I forget what this type of bridge is called. I don't know, I can't remember now. But that's where this is going to be, and you can see where the water is going to be coming here. So, but I'll kind of back up and give you a kind of an overall scene, what it's going to look like. Now again, all this is going to be continued all the way down the track here, coming up to about this point here, to where the mountains will look kind of 3D, to so to speak. But all those chunks of styrofoam in the back is exactly the way they came off of the other table. And I just thought that made a perfect backdrop for the train. So, and then just coming around down this way, back up to where the drop down is going to be here. So, anyways, that's the progress so far. I'm excited about it, and I'm also excited to hear what you guys have to say. And again, please, chime in with your thoughts on it. If I'm just like with the drop down, where I thought it was going to be a swing up, and then it's going to be a drop down now. If you guys are seeing something, or if you guys think of something that I'm not thinking of yet, please chime in the comments down below. Let me know. I can't say enough how much I appreciate that. So, and then like I said, the track is not going to be you know, just one continuous straight line. I'm going to change it a little bit, have it go around some hills or mountains or, you know, buildings or whatever. This was just kind of give me an idea, because I've got to see it. I got to be able to actually see what I'm thinking in my head, so to speak. So anyways, that's the update from the train room. Let me know what y'all think, and we'll see you on the next update. Thanks again, guys. I really appreciate it. Bye.